Born in Rotterdam, Van Persie joined the youth squad of local side SPV Excelsior when he was 5, but left for Feyenoord at the age of 16 after falling out with the Excelsior coaching staff over his petulant attitude. An injury crisis at Feyenoord meant he was quickly promoted into the first team, and made his debut for the club at 17, the first of 15 total starts during the 2001-02 season. After starting for Feyenoord in the final of the UEFA Cup, Van Persie received the KNVB Best Young Talent Award. The following season, Van Persie signed a 3.5-year professional contract with Feyenoord, and scored 5 goals in a 6 KNVB Cup thrashing of AGAV Apeldoorn on February 6, 2003. However, clashes with his manager Bert van Marwijk saw Van Persie demoted to the reserve squad. During a match featuring the Feyenoord and Ajax reserves, he was one of several Feyenoord players assaulted by hooligans who had invaded the pitch. Van Persie's rift with Van Marwijk continued when he was sent home on the eve of the 2002 UEFA Super Cup final against Real Madrid after the coach was displeased with Van Persie's body language after being asked to warm up for a Champions League qualifier. Van Persie finished his tumultuous first full season with the first team, having scored 8 goals in a total of 28 appearances, in addition to finishing runner-up in the KNVB Cup. Feyenoord unsuccessfully attempted to extend Van Persie's contract during the off-season, and his deteriorating relationship with Van Marwijk led to his spending most of the 2003-04 season on the bench. He again played 28 matches, but finished with 2 fewer goals than the previous season. Feyenoord shopped him at the end of the campaign but found few takers due to Van Persie's past disciplinary issues. During the January transfer window, the Eredivisie club opened negotiations with Arsenal, who were seeking a long-term replacement for aging veteran Dennis Bergkamp, but both parties could not agree to terms. On May 17, 2004, Van Persie signed a 4-year deal with Arsenal for €2.75 million, just over half of Feyenoord's original asking price of €5 million. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger, who planned to convert Van Persie from a left winger to a centre-forward as he had successfully done with star player Thierry Henry, said of his new acquisition, "He can play on the left side of midfield, as a creative player behind the main strikers or as a target man." Arsenal had further padded their stable of strikers in January by signing Spanish forward José Antonio Reyes, leaving the two to battle for playing time. Van Persie made his debut and won a trophy in the process, as he came on as a substitute in the 3-1 FA Community Shield victory over Manchester United on August 8, 2004. Van Persie spent most of his time on the bench during earlier parts of the 2004-05 season, and marked his first competitive start on 27 October by scoring Arsenal's opening goal in a 2-1 League Cup win over Manchester City.